Hello, hello. Don't mind my mess here. I do want to talk about Neptune and Aries. I wrote down my notes here of what I've been feeling and looking at it. So let's begin. So Neptune is officially in Aries now until 2039. Everybody's been talking about this, and I have to feel things before I put out there what I think it is. I have to feel it out. Hey, good afternoon. I was going to go this morning, but I'm still self regulating. So I made it to the afternoon. But Emergence is here. We are navigating this Aries energy, and it's always all about the direction of the blowtorch that Aries energy holds. That's a great thing because it's like you get to decide which way you want to point that blowtorch. I would like you to look at where your natal Neptune is and where Neptune is transiting in your chart, and you'll be syncing those two together of the areas of life that Neptune and Aries is going to affect. Now, right now, it's like to decide which direction. Everybody's making a choice here with Aries, whether they've made it already or just making it now. There's a choice to be made. And Aries always asks, who are you? It establishes the statement, I am. What is there? What have you discovered within yourself? In which area of life Neptune has is where it's going to connect. So many of us are going to have it in the 10th house. That's where Washington, D.C. has it right now. This is our careers, our reputation. It's where we're perceived when we go out into the world. It has changed now from a fantasy to a battleground. And you can almost feel the perception shift that happened from yesterday to today. It's like our subconsciouses collectively decided, oh, that's what this is. The illusion has lifted, the fog has lifted. So when we're talking about the themes that are going to be coming, courage for your convictions are here. New beginnings, self-reliance on a large scale. We are going to see what it's like to have to take care of ourselves and not have other countries to lean on and not have any countries to trade with. Self-reliance is going to become a huge theme for the United States. How are we going to be? How will we be by ourselves after we disconnect from the larger whole? The lower expressions of this energy, which you will have to deal with. Not everybody has healthy Aries energy. Therefore, lower expressions that you may experience during this time include aggression, me-first attitudes, quick tempers, impulsiveness, bluntness without tact, even though it's true, lowbrow humor, impatience. The higher expression here is boundless energy, the undefeatable champion, the eternal optimist, the great motivator and catalyst. Now, as our illusion has changed from this fantasy of what we thought our life was going to be, and we kind of got knocked out of our middle sky into reality and said, hey, this is what it really is. Are you ready to see it? We're no longer confused. Yeah. Do about it. Action is coming. Aries is action oriented. Where your Aries energy is will show where the action is going to start playing out in your life. Um, our inner rules and morals will come into question when the scenery changes so abruptly. So when we're living in this fantasy world and then all of a sudden it changes to a battlefield, changes to like Mad Max, our morals and ethics will also change according to soul. Some will be ready and willing to escape. Maybe an unusual career will fall into your lap. You have the challenge to really give from your convictions. And during this time, you are not going to get credit or receive anything for what you are doing. Let's just get that right out of the way. Aries doesn't fuck with that. It doesn't matter about credit. It just matters about getting the job done. So don't expect to receive. You will see micro and macro expressions of people evading responsibility if their Aries is not developed. I know my Jupiter in Aries in the 10th house in Aries would be me saying, fuck this, it's a responsibility of trying to show people the energy. This is an unusual career for me. I have stopped the leaving the world of this battleground that we're in and going to fantasy. So I can see it within my own with Neptune transiting my 10th house and Neptune natally being in my 6th house of my daily routines. It grounded me fast. I know fantasy is more fun than reality, but when that bubble bursts, we have to deal with reality and we have to start looking out for events that will cause these bubbles to burst. And they will be continually popping. Medical astrology. I wanted to talk a little bit about that with health problems linked to Aries and what may be on the rise or what may be affecting you in these next coming years, because it is until 2039. I am not a doctor, nor does this replace any doctor information. This is just for information purposes, like learning purposes, entertainment purposes. So Aries problems are linked to the head. So we're going to see a rise in headaches. So if you already have headaches, be prepared. High temperatures, fevers, eye problems, depression. If your Aries energy is blocked, be prepared to fall into depression because that vitality will be missing. Accidents involving, maybe it's a time to put the coffee down every morning. Stress related triggers. So, autoimmune diseases that have stress triggers, that would be something to look out for to prepare yourself. Conditions that are needing surgery are also going to pop up during this time. Specifically, if you can think of it as a metaphorical way, because it's going over our 10th house as a collective, maybe we're doing surgery in what is being presented to us on the stage. Maybe things need to be surgically removed from our vision. Uh, so the flower remedy for Aries is impatient. I don't know. It's spelled Impatines. And the biochemic salt is potassium phosphate. So as we enter into this age, if you're feeling like you're ready to escape, pause for a second. You can't lose this fight. You are having these veils of clouds on us. We can see right what is in front of us, and some of us have been seeing it for some time. Um, Others are just waking up to it. Like some people are fresh out of the cocoon, man, and they're going to come out guns blazing with this Aries energy, especially if they have any Aries um, inner planets specifically. Watch their possible like explosions. I don't know, within impulsiveness of emotions and such. So, okay, next thing. You love those flowers? I don't even know. I don't know what they look like. I have to look them up. But patience is a big thing with Aries. Be patient. Turn your blowtorch where it needs to go. Don't just turn it on right away. See what's coming for you? You see what's coming? And it's just slow. Uh, Aries, they're funny. Um, we talked about the higher, lower expressions, the disconnecting from the larger whole, which is what we're doing. The self reliance is going to be on the rise. Um, if you have Neptune in the second, sixth, or 10th house, um, there's going to be a burning away of careers or where you are perceived. So choices have been made or about to be made with your careers. This will affect you physically if you specifically have it in the sixth house, 10th house, and second house, because they're all ruled by Earth. And that's where we see physical things come through. So check where your Neptune is. Um, and we're watching the powers that be right now about warlike energy. They're harvesting energy to build towards what they want to create. So do not worship any Aries, Mars, any type of warlike energy. Try not to put your energy, like your focus, your thoughts onto it, your time. So with Disney, with that Aries, with Jared Leto, and I'm pretty sure he's got a fire energy too, and he's like a cult leader and all this stuff. Um, it's very curious that Disney has put that out. Can you repeat the Neptune in the houses? Um, I only talked about the 10th, but we can go through the houses if you guys want to. Um, we can apply them. I can do my best with it, but everybody's is so I will do my best. Um, we have evaluated enough in Pisces, and now we're ready to move forward. So right now with Neptune in the 10th house, what we're going to see macroly with Washington D.C. having Neptune go through that 10th house. um, I'll read you Robert Hands here, so we can apply it and see what he says. um, I just saw Lavinia is leaving Minnesota tomorrow. Oh yeah, shit's about to get real. He's probably running. He's escaping. Escape. But I don't know. Um, his outfits are a choice, and it just really irritates me. Why the leather belt across your chest? That was a choice. And I don't care how much he was bullied. Um, he has become a very harsh one, a very harsh bully from being bullied. So this can be a very confusing and disorienting time when Neptune goes through your 10th house. Before it has moved into Aries, you're going to feel very unsure. I was so unsure about what I'm doing in this world. I have Neptune in the sixth house. I was unsure about my routine. I was unsure of how to connect with you guys. I was unsure on what days to do predictions, unsure of how to, like, all little things. Um, But the effects of this transit depends on your attitude towards what you're doing for a living. So if you regard your work as a justification for your existence, something that gives your life a purpose it would not otherwise have, then this will be a very difficult time. So you're like people will be attached to what they do. And so right now we're all kind of looking at our careers. Do you have purpose if you're not doing your career? And with Aquarius, we'll go cold with it. Inner plants, we'll just cut things off. I'm done with this. And so I did this. Like I've constantly have done this. Where I would cut and be like, well, nobody needs me anyways. Everybody's got so many intuitives. I don't have to be here. I don't know why the frick I'm here. There's enough people here. They've got it. They got it. They're doing it right. They're saying it for people. And so I'm just like, why do I have to do it too? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Um, and Neptune in the 10th house will do that. And it does it natally speaking, depending on which house you are in, just generally. So for me, like I'm always kind of in that druid world with Neptune in my sixth, and the dream rules what I do in my day to day life. Um, so, okay. So Neptune will make you wonder whether there is a purpose in what you're doing or whether there is any particular reason to go on. Your disillusionment may come about through personal defeats with others and through some incident that shows that your work was not what you thought it was. Perhaps another person may misrepresent something or deceive you. No matter what you do during these years, be careful about deceiving others or being deceived by them, for such actions could be very negative consequences. So you may feel discouraged because people oppose your efforts to get ahead for no apparent reason. You may decide that your present calling and that you should change to an area that will have more meaning for you. However, you really need to change your whole attitude towards what you're doing. You should not be doing something just because it justifies your life or gives you a sense of purpose. It should be a more appropriate form of self-expression that allows you to be yourself more successfully. Um, and that's really what it is about, guys. It doesn't matter what you do. It's just that you show up and you do it. You will learn as you go. You will become the best. You will be accomplished. You will be successful. It's not about that right now. It's about where you are standing and what it is for. Um, are you trying to get rewards and credit for what you're doing? Are you happy with your job? Are you, when you look back at your life as an old person, are you going to be proud of yourself right now? Um, is this what you wanted to do? So be less attached to what you are doing, um, and ex- say who are you? What are you becoming? What are you emerging into? We are all have emerged into something different. We have birthed a global, and this is like the birth pains have been happening for some time. The contractions, and now it's time to push. Um, and it kind of feels like that. We're all just kind of waiting. We know, and it's I know before. It's almost like the eye before the storm before something awful happens, because I know I go into a freeze, and if I feel myself about to go into a freeze, I know something's about to happen. So um I know how people often will answer like who are you or what are you as a response to like their profession or their career. But that's not what you are. And this is what causes a lot of problems, who you are. You're not just following orders. Um, so this is more like your ego wrapped up and causing problems for others. So this transit favors certain types of work, like social service work, humanitarian work. It's like, how many times do I have to say this? But it's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's great. Um, so working with people who need help, those who have emotional problems or disadvantaged people. Constructive if you're being a humanist. This isn't going to fall into a full on war if you're doing humanitarian work, if you're giving in a certain way. Um, this transit can also bring great interest in psychic, spiritual, and occult matters, and you may even become involved in these subjects in your profession. Okay, so that's just Neptune over the 10th house. Um, with Neptune, I don't know which other houses you guys want to look at, but I was just kind of reading with it with Aries in the first house and that emergence and that birth. So if you have it natally, to read this, you're going to want to look at where it's transiting, where yours is in the second, okay, where your natal Neptune is, what aspects are connecting those two together. Um, let's see if I can use mine as an example, and then I can read some more for you guys here. Now that I know how to screen share, kind of. kind of. Okay, this is where we were. We were looking at August 1st, because that was a multiple death transits coming up on that date. What are you doing? Why is this taking so long? Mm. Okay. This is in August. Hold on. We gotta get back to the right date. Back to regular time. Okay. Now, it depends on what ones you guys are using too. If you're using Placidus, in Placidus, mine is right on the MC and it's about to enter the 10th house, and that's how I was reading it. And other ones, yes, it's going through the ninth, it's going through. So the ninth and the 10th are going to be the main ones for people in my generation. But with it being here, so you're going to want to go down here. I want you to look at your Neptune. What is it trine? Mine is trine this Jupiter in Aries, right? And it's on top of my MC, and it's like really close to my true node here. So we go back down here. We got a past life indicator with my doings, with my behavior. How did I act? Did I go into war mode? um, who I was. Was I on the other side in this place the last time? Possibly. We have two past life indicators here. I told you guys I come from an imperialist soul family. That makes sense to me. So you're going to want to look at those. You're going to see I have good flowing energy here. So how is this going to affect me? If you kind of look at it like, one, I'm going to be pushed towards my true node, being pushed towards career. I may be changing my routine. Sorry, I'm seeing other things too. This would also mean this is the last time for my test here. Like I'm being pushed forward, whether I have learned this or not. Aries at 29 with this true node at 3 degrees here. For me, with my career and what I'm doing, I had to make a decision by now. If I'm not out here doing this stuff, then what am I doing? Who are you? What do you stand for? When you show up and if I didn't, I know that I was headed towards a physical problem, which I may still be working through or not. Um, with it being at 5 degrees, my Neptune, and look at the degrees, the degree theory, that's going to be a part of it too. Am I going to be pushed forward in my career whether I want it or not to? Yes. There's nothing I can do about it. Like with it being at that 5 degree too, it will be a struggle. You can tell. But all right, let's go through these a little bit here. So if you have your Neptune in the first house, with it moving from Pisces to Aries, and with aspects, you have to add in aspects too. So hold on, let's pull up somebody's chart that who's out in. She's got this right on her rising. If this is, we're not sure because obviously we don't have the exact time. But as it is shown here, what is this going to affect with her? Um, Number one, this is like who she is. So she's got a Neptune that is in conjunct with her sun, who she is. Um, it's in opposition of a lesson. Someone's going to be learning a lesson here to see both points of view. She's got good flowing energy to heal her past as a leader. That will be activated too. So you have to heal from this. There's no more acting from it. We have with these Chiron keys close and this entering in here, she's going to face huge backlash, guys, huge. She's creating this wound right now for herself too. I'm just going to point that out. That has nothing to do with the Neptune and Aries, but it does all ping off of each other. If you look at this energy, do we see her leaving? Yes, Aries could pull her right out of her position. Her Chiron's in Aries retrograde. But all right, if your natal is in there, when you're mixing Neptune and second house energy, first I'm going to just do this for Ashley because it's Ashley. You know, with Neptune, it dissolves matter and material. It takes those things away, especially when there's afflictions going on with Neptune. You know, sometimes there has to be complete honesty, no giving in to the illusion when Neptune enters that second house. Don't go overboard with spending anything. Neptune will want to. They'll think it has whatever money it needs, but it doesn't. I know I have Neptune in the sixth. So that's one thing I would say with what's coming. Be careful with the money. And I've said that a gazillion times. Because sometimes when Neptune transits here in Aries, you feel obligated, to use your resources. And I just want you to hold off, especially if it's going over your second. What does Robert Hand say here? Like me practically saying, just don't overdo it with your spending here and your resources. As when Neptune transits here, and add in that Aries energy that we just talked about, the eternal optimism, the higher expression of it, the boundless energy. So during the next several years, there's going to be a change of material possessions, which will reflect your values. So look at your values. The more you attach to what you own, and considering their value determine what you can and cannot do, the more you're likely to lose whatever you think is important. I remember when this was happening to me, and I wonder if I had something with it. I don't know, with Neptune, some sort of aspect going on, because um, whatever I thought was like so cool. Like I had this beautiful amethyst gem that I would just hold all the time and roll in my hands, and I just loved to rub it. It was my favorite. It was a very gemmy amethyst. And one day it broke, and I just cried and cried and cried. But I noticed then every little love just started to break and not be there anymore. Um, so that's something you can expect with it touching your sixth house. So, like the resources, what do you value? Um, and if it's valuing the soul and valuing your morals and your convictions and the courage, um, putting the soul first, then you should be fine. So, um, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose everything. It depends on what energy you've built up until now. Like where, Aries and Neptune pulls the thing. It's like, all right, what do you got going on here? Um, you will experience probably confusion with property matters, deluded into making some possible mistakes with money. Do not expect, you may lose some things. You only will have a problem with this if you identify with your material. Identifying with anything on the outer, nothing makes you who you are. And Ash, I think you've learned this. So, um, it's about, this is the last lesson or beginning lessons of the principle of detachment. Um, Not being excessively involved with the things of the material world. It says you may be tempted to gamble with your possessions or become involved in risky speculative ventures in a support to increase your holdings. If you're able to do this in a playful spirit, you may actually do it rather well. But if you're very serious, determined, and care about a great deal about the outcome, you will probably lose. You cannot gamble if you worry about losing. Um, so and putting your possessions in a place where it will grow. Um, and that's going to be different for everybody, depending on where you are right now. Yeah, I knew that you would have it together. So those other changes too is going to be about detachment. Not so much with material possessions, but we can mix them in different ways. So when we have it in the third house, when Neptune goes through there in Aries, maybe some expressions are going to change. It's at 5 degrees for me. I definitely have changed from being more materialistic like I had become. I knew it wasn't serving me anymore. Yeah, me too. Took up so much time. um, but with it entering Aries, yes, you've built up that, but something may be coming to battle that. the fantasy, we've grown from it. We've grown from our dreams. Now the bubble has popped. We are now on a battleground. Um, what do we do when we're in a battleground? Apparently, I'm. Who knows what's going to happen to me? No. We'll see what a 29-degree. I know we already have some ideas, but I'm hoping I'm not right. So, um, all right. But that we just talked about the energy. If you want to talk about it more personally on Patreon, tomorrow I'm doing astrology help, and I will go through your Neptune and we can play and see what could be possibly coming into fruition for experiences for you. Um, for me, I'm definitely being pushed in my career. So, yay. I love to work. No, I don't. So, anyways, here's Christine. Um, what time is that tomorrow? That's the Neptune entering Aries is today. It already happened like this morning or last night. I'm not sure. It was in between, but we are at 0 degrees now. Here, hold on. Let's see if I can show you guys from Washington, D.C. Yeah, there it is. Now it moved to the ninth house. I swear, like, sometimes I just don't get it. But let's read ninth house actually now too, because with this chart, it's ninth house. So this is going to be with philosophy and all that good stuff. Yay. So this is going to stimulate your interest in higher consciousness and spiritual truth. But if you're not careful, it may totally misguide you and confuse your outlook upon the world. So this is like what's happening right now. Our like wound. It's like saying something to me, like I'm having an error. I don't know. Can you guys see the chart of the moment right here or no? Can you tell me? I don't know. Oh, 11. Sorry. Okay, thank you. It's like saying error that there's too many things open or something. I don't know. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so tomorrow is astrology help at 11 a.m. It's going to be a little messy because my kids, I thought they were going to school, but they're not going to school tomorrow. So bear with me. I know you guys all have kids, so um, most of you do. So these effects of these transit are rather abstract, so the discussion of them must be a bit abstract too. Um, you live in a world as an ego, that is, as a self that is consciously aware of being distinct from other beings and having its own life course. One way in which you are distinguished from others is in your point of view and your general outlook upon the world. Um, which are symbolized by the ninth house. So Neptune rules an energy that comes from a deeper realm of being where there is no ego, there is no different being. We're all the same. When you enter Pisces, it's you seeing what makes everybody the same. You're seeing all those connections. Why are we similar? How are we similar? When we're in detachment, we're looking at what is different. And then that begins the detachment from energy. Do you see, like, and you'll notice that within your mind when you're attaching and detaching. Okay. All is one under this planet. Consequently, Neptune blurs the distinctions between yourself and others, and even blurs distinctions in the world itself. For most people, the effect of Neptune in the ninth is to expose them to ideas and influences that blur their usual viewpoints, and make it hard for them to make the distinctions and the difference between one and the other. And that's what's going to help us actually too, in this time. And what we're seeing is making sure we're showing that we are all the same. We are all human. What you're doing to another, you're doing to yourself. So the problems that this transit creates arise, but because you're desperately trying to replace the ideas that this transit has invalidated with new ideas. Begin to understand your relationship to the universe, and you'll see everything really is one. And Neptune shows this. It's only the frantic survival efforts of your ego that will confuse everything. So don't fall into that survival stage, which it's hard not to with it being in Aries. There's an animal like expression with Aries, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's part of that tunnel vision that we get when we point that blowtorch. My nose tickles every time I channel. I want you guys to know it's I feel it every time. um, Okay, so the way to handle this dilemma is to wait and allow yourself not to know, to give yourself permission to be ignorant. In a time, new mystical and spiritual ways of handling the universe will crystallize out of the Neptune fog. You'll begin to understand your relationship to the universe, and you'll see that everything really is one. And Neptune, yeah. Um, I don't know how I feel about that paragraph that he wrote there. uh, I don't think we have permission to be ignorant, but it would be a helpful tool right now to help move through this. So, eh, just as described, unfortunately, once you accept the spiritual lesson of Neptune in the ninth house, you begin to use it in a way of being superior to others, which puts you back into the ego game. So this is like the double whammy that Neptune going through that ninth house, or if you have Neptune in the ninth, will give you a spiritual ego complex after you've taken care of it, like happens again sometimes for Neptune's in the ninth house. But this is just, Neptune transiting the ninth, and we're just using the energy and syncing, see what could be coming, since we have the chart of the moment at 0 degrees Aries going in through the ninth here. Wow. It's like all of these illusions are getting burned away. They're going to get burned away. There's no foundation to illusion. Like it can't stick. So I don't see, fake truths being able to make it very far, as Neptune progresses its way through Aries here. Stupid rapture stuff, like those rapture, that's see how they're trying to reinstate the lie and push things like division, such as, with TikTok, how it just switched over to Larry Ellison, and like the suggestions I've been getting for what I should talk about are, highly focused on keeping energy divided and separate, as opposed to unity. And in here, but it's not that strong like it used to be. Like it's so loud and easy to see that I can't see them becoming effective, but because they're also inflated. I can't ignore this Jupiter at 17 degrees in the 12th house in Cancer over here. When we looked at volcanoes, even volcanoes have Jupiter in the 12th house. Like something's about to happen. It's at 17 degrees. That's a fame degree. Something, you know, it's an aspect of the moon. That is interesting. I wish it was the aliens coming. Save us, clean up this mess we made. Um, I guess we can come over here and look at this. Ugh. I mean, look at this mess. Think about is that Andrew guy that has that Aquarius stellium that's so fucking full of himself and drives me nuts because it's, that's a sister sign, right? Like I'm over here. Um, and when you're like looking at your sister sign, you see yourself inside out. That's that's kind of what it's like. So if you look at who you like, where you have a concentrated energy, I have a big concentrated energy here in Leo. If this other side is going to be loud, even for Aquarians. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on, I'll redo it. So it's like seeing yourself in an inside out perspective. So inwardly, how Leos can become very ego and narcissistic, and they're just outwardly that towards in the community. We do it within ourselves, but they do it outward. See how it's inside out. So when we're looking at this as planets transiting here, we got Pluto is that right on the cusp there. It's like right on the cusp. The We're going to see intense wounds with relationships too. People not wanting to let go. And then with Mars right there, it's so loud and lit up. And any fire in air um, is going to be heightened. And Mars naturally has quick fire-like energy, is what I'm referring to. Sorry. Pluto is a little bit different. It's colder. Um, Speaking from a planetary energy, warm sun, right? Mercury, warm, fire, fire, fire. Venus is also very fire-like. So with air blowing on all of these, it's activating and catalyzing the humanists, the humanitarians in us. How can you be more giving? Can you give without having reward? Can you give in a relationship without reward? Can you give in your daily life without reward? Can you receive? Aquarius is hate it when I just want to be like, can I buy you a drink, Aquarius? What? How dare you? So Aquarius, when they're imbalanced, they're not receiving; they're giving too much. And with it sitting right here with the relationships, whenever I have conjunctions with clients that are on this line here, it's like an unrequited love. They just will not let go. They are so connected to their relationship and it's a part of their identity. So we're going to see a lot of people going cold to their reach outwards, how they normally reach outwards, how they love people, how they communicate. Um, what they There's a lot going on here with the Uranus in the 10th and the moon in the 10th. This is like that people wanting to leave their job. They're not happy. At least that's how I see that. And like as I'm reading, I'm just just a lot of anxiety coming along with this. We have more things coming. This is not the end of the violence either. Okay. Could that be people having a hard time letting go of the MAGA mentality? Yes. Yep. It could be also depending on where their Aquarius is, if it's say it's down here, say it depends on what they're not going to let go of, what they're not receiving. Where is, you know, I say Aquarius is like a geyser, a steam that's going to be coming out, especially with Neptune and Aries here with this air. We've got this water and Jupiter over here, water. There's like a steam that needs to be released, is what I'm kind of feeling. It's like that's what we need to alchemize this energy into is steam. Um, it's like, see how Saturn is at that 28 degrees? It's like it'll be well known the lesson we are about to learn here. What we are putting ourselves into, it will be known as something. We are walking through history right now. Um, okay. So, do you guys want to look at charts? I know you guys are always like, yeah, yeah, we love to look at charts. I love this probiotic spray. Totally get it. It's on TikTok. Love it. All right. I wanted to go back to Dumpy Pants here because I didn't get to finish going through dates. We made it to, I don't even know what day we made it to, but people will want to look at some other dates here that are coming for impossible releasement. So we're going to start in February over here. I'm going to move over a little bit so I can read it better. Okay, so for Donald Trump, he's having his Neptune in Aries entering the eighth house. So, with it being in the eighth and his natal Neptune in the second, we could be seeing some heavy upsets with money because he's not using money in a humanitarian way. Um, Now look at the aspects here. He's got a quintel with Saturn. This could be him losing a shit ton of money. Uh-uh. To women. He's going to struggle with it with his mind. So this quintile, it's almost like this is what he thinks is owed to him, or the quintiles maybe their entitlement, the way he used women, and then that comes back around. The ballroom too. Um, yeah, that absolutely could be a big part of it. Good catch on that, wise man. So yeah, this is going to affect his resources, and with it going, look, it's in opposition. Basically, if we move this to like a 5-degree orb, yeah, that's almost in opposition of itself. All right, we got to look at Neptune transiting the eighth real quick here. We've like looked at We're like going backwards, I guess, through them. So during this transit, your attention will turn to the hidden areas of your life, like the Epstein files, and the deepest aspects of your subconscious mind, like what you did in Michigan and the Lake Michigan there. Your interest in psychic and occult sciences will increase as you try to find out more about your hidden underpinnings of the universe. Like when he was thinking he was going to God or going to heaven, was wondering what that means. Um, by the same token, you will want to learn more about yourself and make changes that will help you work with your unconscious drives more successfully. This is a good time to begin psychotherapy. We know that's not happening. If you feel that it will be a benefit to you. During this period, an old order of your life is passing away and a new one is coming into existence. But the process is very subtle, and you may not notice the effects until several years have passed. Someone close to you may die, which may change your life considerably. One area that this transit may affect adversely, however, is that of joint finances. The eighth house rules finances and resources that you hold with someone else or another person's resources that you have access to. Neptune in this house may cause a misunderstanding with others concerning money or other property. This could also mean that the White House, like you said, wise man, um, there's a danger of a misrepresentation and fraud. Fuck. Hidden forces may be at work behind the scenes that prevent you from knowing what is happening because of these energies. This is not a good time to borrow money. You may have trouble getting a bank to lend you anything in any way. Certainly, you should not, under any circumstances, borrow more than a little money from friends. The strict business relationship of a bank loan mitigates the fogginess of Neptune considerably, but the more casual nature of private borrowing from friends leaves the situation wide open for the worst type of Neptunian misunderstandings. That could actually help the people in the long run if he is misappropriating funds, which I know um, something eventually is going to pop with this because they're moving money and using money in a way that is criminal. So you can't take the criminal out of the crime out of the criminal, especially if he hasn't changed anything, which we know he hasn't. He thinks he has since he went to church like twice or something. So he went to church that one time, but um, no. So with his nodes being over the first house and the second house like that, he's just making a fool of himself. His reach outward, yeah, go ahead, keep humiliating yourself as we pull away from your identity as a collective. That's the other thing when I'm looking at it. The transiting moon going over his 11th to the 12th, it's like the reflections of what he's doing in the community is now going to be on the cusp. It's on the cusp. It's going to move through there. It moves through pretty fast. But this is this is in February 1st. We're going to see reflections uh, through that 12th house whenever it goes through. So reflections of Epstein files, all the hidden things when it goes over the 8th and the 12th, the moon. With all the Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Pluto, all in Aquarius, all evaluating his routines. Remember, Aquarius is the equivalent of a tidal wave, but with air. That's why I call it like a geyser. But I feel like the geyser is going the wrong direction. It like goes everywhere. So if it was an orb and a geyser that just kind of like an Elsa kind of thing when it came from her heart, the energy. I don't know if you guys I had kids, so I watched Frozen probably a gazillion times. It kind of gives off energy in that way, Aquarius. Um, and right now, it's evaluating him and his doings, his routines. Um, we'll see what comes of it. We know what's going to come of it. We're just all waiting for it. The downfall, which it's begun. It's just we're going to start seeing more physical representations of it coming up. Okay, let's. I have been looking more at the vertex and have become so interested in it because it is connected to reincarnation as well as astrology, which there isn't. I mean, that is called the same thing too. I want to see when I want to look at the aspects to my vertex, click onto all objects, and then you're going to go back up. And we're going to see what aspects are connected to his fated events. Okay. Good. I'm glad you like that. No, he's not going to get the ballroom. Um, Pretty sure he's trying to build a bunker under there. And yeah. So when we look at these fated events, already he is in opposition to his discipline. We saw that when he was the other soul as Al Capone. He was very good at working with people in the police force and creating an illusion about himself. And that illusion has grown. But he does not see, so there's going to be a fated event with a vertex and Saturn. Also with Venus here, so with women, I'm telling you, there's no timeline where these Epstein files do not come out. They are trying to make an illusion where they can live freely in it, where it doesn't come out. It's going to come out. It is fated to come out. Over here, we have the bender breaks. I always mix them up because I'm dyslexic. Give me 1 second. The K pointing down is the quincunx. That's where you need to bend or break. And the K pointing up is the semisectile, and it represents challenges in integrating energies that feel incompatible to you. So he is incompatible to the heart. What the fuck? But he's listening to what women want. Look at that. By Quintel here with Venus in the heart. I have two. I've seen it. I'm not quite sure about it yet. I know that there's going to be a lot of missing children coming up in these files. A lot of pieces of the puzzle are going to be put together. And she very right could be involved in it. Absolutely. I just haven't really put my eye on it yet. Yeah. Oh, it's going. It's growing. It's growing. The fire is already caught. It's just spreading. And they create the illusion that it somehow isn't going to go the way that all of our hearts know that it's going, but it is going to go that way, you know? I do feel she was nabbed by them. I trust your feelings. So he's going to have a fated event with learning a lesson with women. He's just not going to be aware of it. He is refusing to see that it's coming. Bender break is here with his son to shine who he really is. he did not come out. He's not shining as who he really is. So it will break this. He's not bending, so he's going to break. The one over here with the heart, see this break? This is like a heart attack. And that's why I keep saying it's cardiac arrest. Because this is a bend or break here. And then right here, this is the integrating the energies, and he can't integrate the humanitarian, the reflections, the emotions. He's struggling with that. So this shows me his vertex. Now, which area of life is this going to be in? It's going to be in the 5th house. So that's a pretty large house, with it being in Capricorn and at 22 degrees. Can you guys see this if I do this? Or does it not allow me to show you I can only show that screen? Can you guys tell me? I know there's a lag, so I'm waiting, but does it switch to the death degrees, or does it just go black? Oh, you can't see it. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. I wasn't sure if it was going to switch over or not. But I tend to want to check with Capricorn. Capricorn is kind of harsh. Hold on, let me take her off there. That's why I wanted to check it. Let's also look at the medical degrees of 22 degrees Cap here with this vertex to give us an idea of the fated event. As many clues as we can get. On one, it's the gallbladder. Another is upper and lower legs. So like the muscles in the upper and lower legs near the knees, like right below the knees and above it, like in that area. And Capricorn is associated with the skin, bones, joints, especially the knee. We've talked about this: teeth, pituitary gland, gallbladder. Let's see here. Is it being activated in any way? I have to use like a little paper because I can't ever tell when things are opposite. Here we are. I mean, guys, Saturn is in opposition of his vertex. He is fated to go to jail, be confined, end up in a hospital, end up in a loony bin, his own asylums that he's creating. Like, yes, I've been talking about this medical releasement would be a cardiac event, assisted by possible, pneumonia or dementia. Yeah. So that, and if not, then assassination. One or the other. And that's awful to say, but that's just what the chart right now, of what I can see. There's probably more there, due to, these points here. When you're looking at death specifically, you want to look at the AC, you want to look at the MC, and then you want to look at the sun. And then you're going to look at Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. And almost every single one of his is a deadly degree. And when you become deadly and open that door, it can come at you too. Like, that's how it works here. What you give is what you get, and he's the one opening that door. So when we have Mars hit on this DC coming up, which we did look up, when was that date? Did we check? I thought we did the last live. I have this weird feeling about Melania with what's coming, and she plays some sort of part in this. All right, February. Oh, it went to March 2nd. Mars is right on the DC there. In opposition of the ascendant. Where's the moon? Moon at 22 degrees Leo. Wait. And it's in the 12th house? 22 degrees is that kill or be killed. 12th house is secret. Like, we know his first assassination attempt was fake. Is he going to try another one, but like on his wife or on somebody else? With Jupiter transiting his Pluto be any significance to the release and addition? Yeah, absolutely. Every time something's been hitting this Pluto, specifically Venus, Epstein files and such get released. Like something gets talked about, it gets brought up whenever this Pluto is touched. And then then this Mars comes into action after this gets hit because it moves like this. And it's how he's been getting away with it for so long through his Mars threats after this. I mean, it's hard to look at it from the point of view of you sitting in the middle of your chart and everything orbiting you. And these angles are important doorways and gateways to letting energy in and out. You get what I'm saying? So and this is hidden, the Pluto here is hidden in the subconscious. He's kept it there hidden, and he's done it through his leadership. He's been able to keep it hidden here. And so when it gets touched, and then he just uses that Mars to threaten, fight off what touched that Pluto. It's a pattern. So there's going to be another possible death date when Mars is in opposition of this little cluster here of the Chiron key. When it is in opposition, there's going to be another chance here for a stroke, possible stroke. Mars touching, going up here. And then we're going to then Mars is coming, even it being in opposition here, it will be in opposition here. This is also an releasement. When we move to the newest date that we saw, which is one that I think is the most promising so far that I've seen, because there's double death, death. We got the South Node on the ascendant here on August 1st, and the North Node on the descendant. We've got Venus here on the cusp. We have Mars on the Sun in opposition of the South Node and in opposition of the Moon here in the 4th. This is a death transit. This is a death transit. Sun on Pluto. This will shine his wounds pretty high here with Jupiter right next to it. I mean, this is just the one that we were looking at recently that I've seen so many death transits here going on, but it could be before this. And August is a very deadly month. People die all the time in August. But yeah, so this, with it being in opposition over here, 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 um, yeah, this is my next date. But there's another date in February that I can sense February, March, April, like in these 3 months. I'm not sure which day it was, though, where we saw another transit happening. And when Mars hits these things, it's like he's getting fought, okay? Um, it's like a sword. Ha! If that makes any sense. Um, ooh. It's like, God damn. Now I'm already seeing some else here now. Um, so I don't know if Selena's here. She was. Could you please just step through? Um, what was the date that you were looking at? I'd have to pull up Discord because you saw another date. I didn't, that you guys were talking about. I didn't look too much into it. The 17th. We can look at that real quick. Selena says she's got um, somebody else's spidey senses or your spidey senses. Um, I mean, March 17th. Death degrees usually go with eclipses. I don't know if there's an eclipse this month. Yeah, I'm just, are we in February? Was it the 17th of February? Oh, May's 27th. I'm sorry. I apologize. We can check it out and see if I see anything too. Ooh. This feels like I'm going to jail to me, but I mean, depending on, is it an eclipse? Uh, there are eclipses soon on the 17th of February. There's an eclipse. Okay. Um, Jupiter sometimes is a player. Uh, but Jupiter's on this confinement in the community and women on his mind, right? South Node getting close there. He's going to be told where he's going. Uh, I know the MC. I've always been drawn to that Algol and MC, and it's like his middle sky is getting the fuel from Algol. That's why it's deadly. No matter what actions he's doing, it's going to overflow death because of the energy. The fuel of his middle sky is the most evil star there is. And he's using it as such. So, um, looking at this, could it be a day after he's dead? Is that what you're talking about? Or this one? What is that cat doing? That could just be. I don't know. He doesn't feel dead to me in May. Like, I do think he's going to be dead for sure by 2027. Maybe the end of 2027, fall 2027. He will definitely not be on this earth. He has multiple exits until then. Um, he's just, right now he's filled with rage, revengeful energy. He wants to make sure, that people go down with him. So he's not really sitting there thinking, nobody likes me. I don't want to be here. But we want him sitting there thinking that. But the 17th of February is interesting to me. I like the number 17 as well. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's a fame degree too. Just like 5, 17, 29. Those are all fame degrees with degree theory. So see how he became famous from his subconscious and money. That's like the apprentice right there. That 5-degree Neptune retrograde. 17-degree Uranus. He's got a fame here, more of like an infamous here. Um, 8s are very money minded. They're CEOs. Okay. But 17, let's look at February 17th then. You guys are interested in that date. I like 17 too. Yeah, he's got a 17th-degree Jupiter too. I forgot that one. All right. Mars, Moon, Sun on the DC in opposition. And you said the 17th is I gotta look if it's a moon or a sun eclipse. Like, ooh, we have a solar eclipse. Dun, 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 dun. Excuse you, astrology. I just have to confirm the death transit first. Okay, an eclipse within 1 degree of the natal sun. Oh, it's not in Gemini, but the south node near the sun is the most powerful than the north node. One of the nodes is always near the eclipse point. The eclipse date is not necessarily an event, as the eclipse effect may span 3 months to a year, like waiting to hatch, triggered by other transits. Following the eclipse, look for the dates of the transit Sun or Mars arise by conjunction, square, or opposition to the degree of the eclipse. Transiting South Node crossing the natal Sun much weakens the vitality. See, but this is playing on the ascendant. An eclipse within 1 degree of the natal moon. The south node style eclipse near the moon is more negative than the north node type eclipse near the moon. Transiting south node crossing natal moon exhausts the native. The eclipse date is not necessarily an event date. This also spans from 3 months to a year, acting at like an egg to hatch. So, gosh, I would say this could be when King Charles goes, because they notoriously go during eclipse. I would want to look at his chart on this solar eclipse here. Donald Trump is a wannabe king. It doesn't mean he is actual royal bloodline. So royals go, like, they have cusps and eclipse stuff, and I don't know if he does, but I'm not saying it with this one. It could, though. Like, I absolutely could be wrong. Natal ascendant ruler transiting the 8th house conjunct a malefic. I don't know when that one popped up, but it could be a hatching egg with eclipses. It has to be within the natal moon or the natal sun. So 21 degrees Sag or 22 degrees Gemini. Sag and Gemini. We don't have them in there. So I don't know, but someone said that was their intuition. I'm all for listening to the intuition. So possibly something could be happening on this day. All right. It got dark in my house real fast. Did you turn a light on or something? I don't know, because it's so dark. Spooky. We're both wearing comfies here. Oh wait, mine's just a hoodie. I have a pink comfy too. Take ours too. He looks so terrible. He's forgetting words. Carolyn's have to feed him words. Yeah.
You don't.
What?
I want to play on the computer.
You can go play on the computer. I'll take a call. Don't worry, he's going. Like, we all die. You can't get away from that. This is very promising, though, guys. He has a fated event here.
What?
You're doing that on purpose. Yes, you are. You really are. You're just adding a little bit of spiciness. All right, yeah. Okay.
So
I asked someone to turn on the light, but nobody did.
can you put some pen?
Okay. Let's pull up Melania's.
Did you brush your hair? Did you do your chore?
I'm gonna do one.
I'm waiting. What is this? What is this going to be? Is she about to divorce him? You know what I mean? Like, what? Why are you whining? Oh, it's not my fault. Sorry. So when we're looking at Melania, we can look, she's got a 5-degree sun. Remember we were talking about this. She's got a 20-degree moon. So how is she famous? From her heart, from who she married. All right, guys, stop it. 5-degree sun. Who else has a 5-degree sun? Elon Musk. So take a look at those things in your own chart here. 18-degree vertex in Leo in the 7th house. Let's just say she has been treated like shit by narcissists. This yacht of hers, someone mentioned that they thought it was her documentary. Absolutely could be with that 0-degree Scorpio Jupiter. So how she expands, people are going to hate it or love it. And right now you're going to see that with the Scorpio. There's extremes here with hating and loving, with how she has expanded through her philosophy of just taking advantage of men, right? And being that woman. We can see it clear as day. She may have been a victim, but then at some point it becomes a choice. We also have another 0-degree here. It's interesting that also Stephen Miller has 2 points, 2 planets at 0 degrees. 0 degrees is baby energy. It's pure form of energy. However, it does give off NPC because they're just she's just going to be a pure form of that Sagittarius, her subconscious. So she's impulsive, probably impulsive of what she did with her career and in the community. She made a choice there. Her Uranus is also at 5 degrees. I've talked about people with moons in the 12th. If you look at it as the moon is like a little mirage in your third eye, and it reflects to you. You also have reflecting experiences from the moon. This is why therapists, psychics have wonderful, if they have moons in the 12th house, they can just shut it off and turn it on, use it as for some reason, use it in a way that they want to use it. With it being at 29, this is your last lesson of how you use this Sag moon. And it's in the 12th house. So do you impulsively use the reflections you get from your moon to be a secret enemy? Or are you using it to help prisoners, asylums, people in asylums, social service type of work here? We can see that she chose a certain route. Okay. So stop giving her the benefit of the doubt. Be like, she's just a victim. No. Yeah. So with the Chiron and Aries battling for her own foundation, for her own expression, for her own means of making resources, she needed to grow this, not the man she latches herself onto, which she could latch herself onto any of them. That was the gift there. You pick one. But yeah, she needs to heal her foundation. And let's see what's aspected that. It will heal her heart. It will heal her rising. So who she is physically and her heart would get healed if she just fixed her foundation and got rid of his ass in an Aries-like way. Hiya! That's all I got. And look how it's like in opposition of this Uranus. And it's almost like she got famous, from this sudden act of getting a foundation, and that didn't help her finding a way out in any way. So I don't give a ass. Oh my God. Like if she really had a moment like this and awakened this gift, like imagine what this 29-degree moon in the 12th house could give us for information. Like what would come from that? Like, that's the air of the 29 degrees. It's like they have, if 0 is the pure form of it, it's very simple energy. When you get to 29, it's a totally different vibe. You have all the intel, you have all the information. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I wish she would wake up. I don't know. I think that everybody has a chance to wake up as long as their heart is still beating. So I am somebody who gives chances. But let's take a look at her vertex. Remember, vertex are faded events. So we have one here with her expansion. So she was fated to expand to the position that she's in. She will struggle with her mind about this. So she, deep down, she is struggling with what has happened. She would never share that. Like, you've got a Taurus, Mercury, are very stubborn. They don't open up easily, earth minds. They know they're the goddess, but they don't let anybody else into that, you know. Now let's look at how these transits may be affecting her coming up. Yeah, like she could change her mind with this, with entering into Aries here, this Neptune. There's a good flowing right to here and to here. Oh my God. Her nodes are on top of nodes right now. Moon on the cusp. You know, I'm not going to put this off the table. Like her possibly. I just think there's also a hidden element here of who she's connected to back in her homeland. Like, there's something here that's kind of hidden that I can't quite put my hand on. I might put my.
She's an Israeli asset.
Do you think what? You think she's an Israeli person?
Who would marry Stephen Miller?
It's not Stephen Miller. It's Melania.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stephen Miller.
So you think Katie Miller is a Russian asset?
Israeli.
Oh, Israeli. I think Melania is Russian asset.
Melania is a Russian.
Yeah.
No fucking way would she marry Donald Trump. She was placed there.
But the thing is, when you guys say like she's placed there, it's when you think about it practically, it's like your buddies bringing you a girl and be like, oh, this one's perfect for you. La, da, 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 da. It's not like, this is a asset. We need Erica Kirk to be this person's marriage partner because of X, Y, and Z coming up. We need this to formulate our plan. It's like we think it's one thing, but it's not. It's the same with like sex trafficking, and how it actually goes down is practically speaking than what we think in our head and with our movies and what we've seen. You think your tarot spread today was about Stephen Miller? Let's go. Let's look at him. Let's go. You know, I hate looking at his chart. Every time we end up on his chart, too, I end up off of it somehow and tired. So this is February 17th to see. Let me see. All right, we got a vertex at 21 degrees Leo. Like, what? Struggling against learning his lessons. He will struggle. His fated event is conjunct Mars. He be fucked. He's going to struggle with having to go to jail. Like, look at that. Wow. What is it? Jail? Like, is it people fighting him? Is it, Mars is quick, harsh, violent. So he's in opposition. As Mars is naturally in opposition of it growing. So his behavior does not want to grow. His behavior is conflicted against learning lessons and breakdowns and processing things. His doings is good flowing towards sudden, impulsive events and towards liberation, authenticity. He is absolutely being authentic to his soul right now. Mars, quintile Pluto here. Oh. This is him like being that whiny male. Like you have a whole system working for you, and then yet he still complains about the janitors on his, college campus here. My wounds. We have a good flowing energy towards healing. This could almost be like hypochondriac. Can you please turn that down a tiny bit? Thank you. Mars here conjunct this vertex, and then Mars by quintile his ascendant. What is coming his way is going to have a lot to do with Mars. If Mars hits his vertex, transiting Mars hits his natal vertex in opposition of his vertex, and Mars being very close to it, like, look at this. Look at this, and look at that. Look at this, and look at that. Formulate your own conclusions. We're looking at Stephen Miller here and his vertex point, his fated events. I know I get really around his chart. But look, this shows the negative side of Aquarius and how he has expanded through cold narcissism and disconnection. See how it's reversed, it's retrograde, and we have also the Neptune at 0 degree Cap retrograde. So we can safely say that this person just wants to be the best and is a complete narcissist on how he handles his day-to-day movements. We got this 2020 22 Saturn Scorpio, kill or be killed energy with his lessons. He projects that out onto immigrants now and brown people, which is weird since his wife is brown. So I get confused. I know I can't stand him either. I do my best when reading this. I do get tired. Sometimes I'll just turn it off. Look at this Leo 13 degree Mercury. Like, usually that makes you fabulous. But what happened? I mean, that 13 is very feminine, and that Leo is flamboyant, dramatic. He's being dramatic in a very male, whiny way. Coddle me with Venus here. Appreciate everything I do for you. Like just looking at, I'm just like, ugh. He's no Leo. He's both. When fire gets in balance, they lose their hair because it just kind of like Hades and that Greek and Hercules. Most fire signs have no hair, but this one's a Virgo. He's got no hair. That means he's criticizes everything. But he's got a Sag moon. He's got quite a bit of fire in his chart over here. You love Hercules? We do. I just love all the stories because there's so many hidden spiritual lessons in all of them. And they're giving, it's like universe is giving it to us. We just have to be able to see it. We think that there's no connection, but we just have to see it. It's there. It's in our programming. Okay. Let's look at some other vertex points here. I'm kind of having fun exploring vertex today. Let's look at JD Vance vertex. (18° Capricorn. Semi-square ascending node. Past life indicator here. I have to pull out the paper to be able to read it. Sesquiquadrate. Sesquiquadrate is what it's called. I just call it a past life indicator because it's easier. We have a semi-square here with the vertex and south node baggage, so past life baggage. Is your phone ringing? What is that? When you have a semi-square, it's just kind of, depending on where it is, it can actually be more violent than a square, I've noticed. But so kind of take it like that. It's like a square. So it's like harsher or less harsh. There's a weird extreme to this in my eyes. It really depends. But with the south, it's like you're never going to get away from being sold for Percocets. Like, this is like past life indicator of him like trying to be the leader. He wants to be a popular leader so bad. He wants people to love him so bad, and it's just not going to happen. And like, it's going to be a problem. I mean, look at this Leo sun, this Libra moon, Virgo Mercury, a low degree Virgo Mercury. So that's like when you're playing apples to apples with a Virgo Mercury and you don't pick the logical apples to apples answer and they freak the fuck out. That's Mercury and Virgo. Oh, that's funny. And then we have Venus at 23 degrees Leo. So it's like, appreciate me, love me. I also have that. Like this. Mars and Scorpio, 22 degrees. His doings are in the mystery. His doings are with other people's money. His doings transform and are hard to read. His doings are transmuting or transforming something, whether we know about it or not. His doings are deep in the psyche. Not everybody needs to know that. Only special people. His doings incite fear. Eighth house, sometimes, if you have What was I going to say? I forgot what I was saying with that. Oh, with fear. I don't know. But I was reading about eighth house, and it was with the aspects, but I don't know where I was going because he doesn't have it in the eighth house. So I don't know what I was even talking about. Shit. Oh, but anyways, sorry. It's hard to calm down. My Neptune is in Aries. Neptune's in Aries right now. Just want to fight everything. Yeah, wait till like it moves a little bit more. You guys just wait. Just wait once it hits. You're gonna be like, okay, let's move on. Does he have any famous degrees? Let's look real quick. He's got 2 with his wound and his subconscious. So he'll be famous for losing and not becoming president. All right. That's JD. Here we're going to Elon now. Okay, Elon's got a 5-degree sun. Look, see how his middle sky is at 28 degrees Aries. I'm waiting for them to go into the teens and hit my natal Neptune. Oh. Are you really waiting for that? All right, when we look at his fated events here, we have a past life indicator with his Uranus. Do we know what that is? It's highly connected to his transgender daughter. Okay. We have past life indicator with the rising. That's also part of it. But anyways, vertex here with square to Jupiter. So he may have been resistance towards expanding due to his family. Vertex and Mars, there's a conjunction. Therefore, there's going to be a fated event from his doings, which are in the 8th house. So I would say he's going to be in trouble for what he did as Doge because of this conjunction here with fated events. We have good flowing. There's a reason why that is the way it is. Remember, I'm just not going to touch this actually. Let's just vertex 23 degrees Aquarius, a high degree Aquarius, fate, like with your vertex there, it's asking you to become that humanitarian. He's having he'll have a fated event on February 17th. Look at that. Holy shit. He's got Mars on Mars and Moon on Vertex. Is this when the files come out? Like completely, for this date here? South Node on Moon, because we know he's in them. See how his foundation is at 28 degrees too? His family is well known. His middle sky is well known. A dynamic individual would want to be a humanitarian in the individualistic society. A person who understands that individualistic behavior has not done anything for macro creation. It only does it for itself. Okay. Mouse. Oh, there we go. I think February 17th is really promising for some bad guys being put away. bad guys, when is this first arrest going to happen? Remember, I don't know if you guys remember like 10 years ago in spirituality when we were all channeling information and they're like, the first arrest will shock the world. I really feel like this first arrest is what they are trying to loophole around. This first arrest is going to be the beginning of the dominoes all falling, and some of them trying to scatter and run, some that are hiding, So I think it's important to see the first one that is taken down within the Epstein files, not the administration. It may be connected, not sure yet. It's like hard for me to even touch because then I also get too excited and then my waves started moving and I can't see it. So this isn't like a sad emotion that blocks me. It's a too happy of an excitement. Anyways, all right, let's look at some more. We're looking at vertex points and fame degrees from degree theory. All right, let's look at this Joker here. Oh, his wound as a leader will be well known. That was such a good evil laugh. I am proud of myself there. Vertex is semi-square Saturn. Vertex is also a square of the sun. And he's got a 0-degree vertex at Leo. He's going to be assassinated. That's it. Wow. It's like 0-degree just gives it to you, It's just there. You want a leadership position? Here you go. You're going to have a fated event? Here you go. Then we got that one. Woo. So then, all right, we want something that is going to hit this 0-degree vertex here in the 8th house. You tell me that's not. You guys agree yet? I know this day seems like the releasement date, but I'm not sure. It just feels like that to me. So a big change is going to happen on this day. Oh, oh, boo. Somebody doesn't like their energy red. I don't care. Chiron. This is an interesting Chiron. I just want to point this out because it's a 7, the sacred 7, the 7 chakras. His are completely shut down. So like having a firework for each chakra and awakening in his Chiron in the subconscious. See how it's in the 12th house? And it's something he had to go through an enlightenment. And I don't think he did. He went the opposite way, and that's why I believe he is the Antichrist. There's an obsession with his birth and an obsession with Christ energy while he's so obsessed with the Holy Land. He has an army. He thinks this is Antichrist energy to me. And I've told you guys that before. I know everybody thinks it's Donald Trump. He's too stupid. Unfortunately, for it to be him, but hive. So a hive of individualism, stinging people, not like actually working together, but that's what will be their downfall eventually. Okay. There's no yod here too. Like when you look, there's no yod, but if you look down here, where all the green dotted lines are, and we have the semi-sextile and the quincunxes going down here in his Saturn. So safe to say, there's a lot of discipline needed here for this soul. Already we have a quintile with liberation with Saturn here. When I look at this, this tells me he has a talent with saying how other people need to discipline themselves and free themselves. But how is it being used? And we've talked about these cues before and how it can be used for good or bad. And if you do use it for bad, it does normally bite you in the ass at some point. So then we move down here to a semisectile with Neptune. So this is going to be challenging for him to integrate the energies that he's incompatible with the imagination, with the fantasy, with others' illusion, I would even say. Here's his natal Neptune. Oh, it's in the 10th. Okay. So with a semisextile, you have like a hard time integrating energies that are foreign to you. So having a dream, a fantasy, or even understanding the subconscious, he doesn't understand consciousness. Okay, Pluto wounds. So being incompatible to being wounded. Okay. An evolutionary journey needed here. How are you not familiar with emotional wounds? That's wild to me, and that just proves my point even further, this little placement. There's potential for growth, but if you're not willing to feel those growing pains that this makes you have to have, like even here, there's going to be growing pains. Baggage from even prior lives that he's not even going through. Struggling with healing. Semi-square, vertex. Like I said, sometimes this is harsher. And then Saturn here with rising. Another thing when I'm looking at this, he does not like himself at all. Deep down, he has to like himself through others. Look at this little quintile here with his middle sky and healing. Huh. Do I have it to all objects? Okay. What are you cooking? What are you cooking?
Stir fry, tofu rice.
With Venus on the rising there at 13 degrees Sagittarius, he can't see love. He can't see and feel what it's like to receive love, how to love. He's blind. Venus holds love. Like, And it's like right on top, hidden there. We remember, like, people cannot see those things that are in the 12th house. They have to dig. You have to discover it yourself. So finding the divinity of love, finding the divinity of the woman, learning to receive, like, that's a lot of sesame. Burn my nostril hairs.
What?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, that could definitely be the first pattern of it. And then it just kind of grows. Yeah. And look, there's this beautiful little helpful growing of this wound. So, yeah. It started from somewhere. The root is somewhere. And it could have been his mother. It could have been his first girlfriend. It could have been all right, let's look at another one. Aren't these fun going through the vertexes? I'm having fun. This was a great time. Let's look at Putin's. Let's see what he's famous for. All right. Let's see if we got any famous degrees here. We do, with his lessons. Eventually he'll be famous for how he's put in his place. Legally. Ah. All right, we have vertex at 8 degrees Gemini. South node. Huh. I'm interested in this past life indicator here with Mercury and the vertex. We know his past life as Rasputin. We could probably figure out what this is. I think Rasputin was returned against him eventually, and he was assassinated in the streets. I think. I'm not quite sure. Yep, and there's another 8th degree again. Yep. Right here. It's in Gemini. And it's like I told you, he's got like energy in the ethers that is very manipulative, mind fuckery going on here. And his lesson is also involved here. So yeah, so it could also be another, I mean, look at this right here. That could absolutely be like, we're all gonna see it. But he's only got 2 here, and I think that means like he's going to relive that. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's go to Mike Johnson. Oh, we don't get vertex with him because we don't have exact time. Okay, well, let's look at other things. His Mercury, we got a 28 degree cap. So his mind is going to be known for something. His Venus has a set, so he's going to be famous for who he loves. Shit.
Did you just say Mike John's gonna be famous for who he loves?
Yeah.
Some 16-year-old boy? Is that what we're talking about?
I'll just fact that he's closeted, but I wasn't going that far into the wound, but yeah. True node and descending node are both at 5 degrees. So his baggage and where he was trying to go is going to be known. Hey, good to see you, Amber. What about Kirk? You want to see if he has a faded? Yeah, it'd be good to look at his vertex point here. Oh, we don't have his because we don't have the exact time. Let's look. His wife. His Chiron's at 5 degrees. So he's famous for what happened. Okay. And this is showing you guys too that like famous isn't always good. Do we have Erica's? No, we don't have exact time. But let's see how her staple, Scorpio, the death, how she's shining is becoming a staple here. Okay. Mercury, her mind is where her mind is, death of friends. See, her moon wants to fight. Her Venus wants harmony. Her Mars wants to fight. We don't have any vertex here. Let's look at Ghislaine's vertex. That might be helpful. 2 degrees Scorpio. Her faded is trine healing. Good flowing energy towards authentic. Be authentic in your vertex. You will be forced to show everybody who you are. Struggle with lessons and discipline, so she's probably struggling with going to jail. Mars, good flowing energy towards faded event. Shining faded event. This is like her getting caught. It was easy. Let's see what we're famous, if we have any famous here, since that's another theme that we're doing. We have a 5 degree Pisces, her dad, I would say, in the community, in the 11th, entering into the 11th house here. Also 12th house, 17 degrees Aries. There's another 17 degrees there. Okay. Oh, you guys want to look at Bondi? I'm sorry. I saw that and I totally forgot. All right. So on this day, we got Venus, true node. So the women on Saturn. So the women, where they're going, how to love it. Like this, every time Venus comes up, it's almost like to me, I visualize all the victims of the Epstein files and where they want us to go, right on top of Saturn here. I mean, she's got Saturn and Neptune right on her rising. If this is her rising, it's like right on an angle. So this, if I knew, you notice Charlie Kirk also had this weird 18 degree conjunction. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Because what was the other person? Somebody else has the 1818. Was it Reiner? And then Charlie Kirk also. Reiner. Yep. Okay. Interestingly enough, it's 18 Uranus and Pluto in Virgo, right? Yeah, that's Virgo. So what is she going to be famous for here? We got a 29 for her expansion. That means she was put there specifically to protect Trump. Like her expansion playing two roles here, one as an attorney general and one as the protector of Donald Trump. It's retrograde, so it's an expansion within the illusion. Her sun in Scorpio. Like, could you guys see possibly something like that happening to her? I don't know. I mean, it's in the Virgo. It's in the Virgo. And then you have this expansion here in opposition of a masculine. He is her handler. Like, I put you in this placement, you do as I say, you know? It's in the Virgo. I know. And then we have the 18-degree Chiron. Shit's about to go down. Like, you guys think we're calm? That doesn't mean everybody else is. You know, it's just. Let's look at Pete Hegseth. He's been quiet. We got a vertex here at 25-degree Cancer. Good flowing. A fated event. He has a trine with his 28-degree moon and a 22-degree Uranus retrograde with vertex in Cancer in the 8th house. Sudden death, like in the community. There's a good flowing energy towards, because of his well-known heart, how he's expressed his heart. Is if his grandchild, it's, I know, you think it's his other the grandchild? I mean, with a vertex point, I don't know, is it considered that or not? I don't know. Is it with something else that I can't see because there's so much going on, maybe? But like this, he's got a trine with the vertex, and it wouldn't normally be there unless I unclick this, I think. Yeah, so. Oh. Does he have a water grand trine? He does with vertex, but I don't know. Some astrologers consider it, some don't. But I would. This is definitely a grand trine with vertex point, which is a grand trine with a fated event. This shit's happening regardless. Yeah. What? See, you can only find that through clicking to all objects. This is like in neighborhood. This is death of friends and community. 8th house, Cancer. There's something really dark coming for him. I don't know what it is. Let's look at Caroline Levitt on this day. Another 8 Venus. There's that money again. 5 Uranus. So she's got 5 degrees here. She's famous for her rebellion, right? For her lies, rebellion against the truth. He's got 322 degrees. I didn't even see that, did he? Declan, por favor, senor, please.
Can you stop screaming?
Yeah, and the nodes are pointing towards that too.
You've been screaming for 2 hours. Come on, give it up.
You're not supposed to be here when you stream.
Well, you should not let me. You
Let's look at Princess Diana because I like looking at that chart too. Her expansion, well known. Where's that's so true right there. Vertex 4 degree Leo.
Everyone, don't please.
Stop. I don't get one.
Fated to not expand through the leader. Huh. Oh, now I'll look at some other ones. Sorry, I'm having a little.
8.
This is Peter Thiel.
There's a Leo on it. So if I eat one, then there's only 10, and I can cut
Well, that's how he's famous right here. That's a little confusing to me too, for some reason. Let's go back to Christine here. Yeah. All right. Was there anyone else that you guys wanted to look at? Tell me someone has this written down somewhere. He's going to ask me that. Someone's going to, yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Silly ghost. Let's look at Elvis Presley's fated events. We know what's happened to him. This 28 degrees Cancer, where he moved his tide, how he passed away. I'm pretty sure he passed away on his toilet, OD'd on pills. Sun 17 degrees Cap. There's that fame degree. Venus 29 degrees Cap there. Mind is at 22 degrees Cap. All right. 28 degrees. So his fated event was even going to be well known. Vertex is conjunct South Node. Vertex is opposing True Node. Ooh. Vertex is conjunct Pluto. Vertex is semi-square Neptune.
Elliot, we'll change pace.
It's like, what if he decided he didn't want to be a singer? He's like, maybe he just didn't want to be with women. I don't know. This one's a little bit more trickier.
So usually it's sour. It's a type of citrus. Kind of like a lemon, but different.
I don't want to
It's good, right?
Now I want to look at this one.
It's a good situation.
I really like
Also, look at his ascendants at 29 degrees Scorpio here and how he was kind of like discovered. Chiron is at 5 degrees Virgo. So whatever happens is going to be well known. Pluto at 28 degrees, his wound will be well known. That makes me think that maybe there's a video out there that he doesn't know what happened at those Diddy parties. All right, I don't know. Let's see if there's anybody else here. Let's look at Virginia. Jupre. What do we got going on here? Her lesson, well known. Vertex at 26 degrees Sag, conjunct past life baggage, opposing. I mean, it's fated to happen. She don't want to, you know. Free flowing wound. That means she like was able to talk about it. When you're able to talk about the awful things that happened to you, you're healing it. Some people can talk about it, but still haven't completely healed it. You know, that's why I was kind of iffy with my words. But vertex, conjunct, subconscious. Ooh. Completed event with her consciousness. Vertex, good flowing lessons. Vertex, quincunx. So this is that bend or break with men, with doings. Are you going to do it? And good trying, faded to her heart. So what she did and sharing all the intel that she had is faded. Her Mercury is my sun. That 11 degree Virgo. Yeah, I was thinking about her 8 degree Virgo retrograde Venus. That's like what got her into trouble. She grew so much from that. Like, this is a good example too of looking at a Pluto-Saturn conjunction on the foundation and how well known she is because of what happened to her. Her fated event was close to past life baggage. It's like we've been trying to catch these motherfuckers for years. Sorry, like decades, centuries. I don't know. Like, it's like, why does this have to happen again? Why, you know? I get irritated. Let's look at Greg Vivino. Didn't he say he was leaving? But I said he was leaving.
You got 5, he gets 5, all of 5.
Oh, like look at all this yucky energy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys are loving this. Tomorrow leaving? Let's go tomorrow then. No, I can't. The wheat gets me alive. I don't know. This. This energy isn't.
Well, he's got nodes on top of nodes. Moon on Mars. It's like our heart saying, get the fuck out of here. We need to heal. So he needs to get away. He has to heal who he is. Like, look how close that is. How he shines to all of us. The Chiron key is right on top of it. You have to heal what you are shining. So if you have Chiron key on any other planet, say Chiron key on your Mercury, you have to heal your mind. Do you have something going on with your mind? Is there a mental illness? Do you have negative thoughts? That kind of thing. Venus, to heal your mother, like a mother wound. Did you get sexually abused? Sexual abuse is a big one with Venus on Chiron key. Saturn on Chiron key, healing from the discipline maybe that you have received. There's so many ways that can go with the outer planets. If Chiron key is on your Mars, it's healing your doings. You could actually have a like physical issue with trying to do things. So like mobility and movement is limited with the Chiron key, possibly with Mars. But he has it right on his sun. It's like, come on. And the mind isn't close by. It's pretty close by. It's enough where he should be healing that too. It's like so conjunct. If this is like truly a person like that, I would say, what's going on with his mom? You know, did his mom? I don't. Maybe his mom's the only one who loved him. I don't know. There's something weird that I'm feeling with this as I'm. Okay. Let's go back to that February look at Jack Smith.
It makes sense. Smith pretty not actual jokes.
You did not want.
We got both luminaries on top of each other. We don't have a vertex. How he loves. He'll be well known for how he took care of us women by getting rid of. Also, liberation, 29-degree Virgo, Uranus. Yay. Not Uranus, I'm sorry. Yeah, 29-degree Virgo, Uranus, liberating the path. Remember, Virgo is the path maker. He is going to be liberating that sovereignty for us.
I weigh more.
Look at this little, the hugging of the Chiron key and the true node. It feels nice. All right, let's look at Ron, Supreme Leader.
Serve yourself. Tomato, rice. Serve yourself some of that.
Oh no, this is sad. What the hell, guys? I'm streaming. You are so gross. What the hell?
I'm a
Right.
This is why I don't do these streaming. Family is here. Oh my god.
They're being AP News.
This
Hello.
Twitch?
No,
Which?
this is YouTube.
Oh,
Hello there, me fellow aliens.
Oh, yes. The mind on the south node here on this day. Oh, you guys go. Ooh. On south node, it's like she's getting the message that their cult leader is doing bad things again. That's like the first how it turned off. One second. This is so hard to do with two screens. I just want you guys to know that this is difficult for me. I do pretty okay. I don't know. Okay. Better? Is it back? So Caroline Levitt on this day of possible releasement of files. Look, we got the doings going against her expansion in the new world. We got a wound that comes out of nowhere, sudden, that's hitting here. We have the Mercury on the south node. She's hearing it again. Your cult leader is bad person. Chiron key, time to heal and learn to processing, break. Saturn processes your lessons. So this is processing those lessons. Sudden hit on her goddess heart. On Mercury. Then this is going to be us bringing it to the press conference here. Look, she'll be known for Chiron.
Okay.
Uranus. Yeah. She gives Serena vibes. It's almost like other country advocates want to save her, but no, don't. She cannot be saved.
She's like texture line. Yeah, you want a different sauce, but if you like that sauce, you're perfect. Dinner's ready, Kayla. Dinner's on the table for you when you're done with work, just like you request.
Meaning, do I have to go make my own dinner? You made dumplings. I can't eat it.
I made tofu, rice, and veggie cereal.
Oh.
And
I know. Okay. All right, I'll eat in a second. Saturn, 5 degrees Sag. I'm like, guys, I hope her pregnancy goes well. However,
okay, because how much sugar
on Patreon, I'm going to look at this chart further because it's a little bit more private with what I'm seeing here. Possible. How old is the father? I don't know. Let's look at this. Well, she's got Mars on Jupiter right now. So imagine harsh Mars warrior, like fighting her expansion. Oh, you know that has an effect. Oh, okay. Look at that Mars on Jupiter there, because that could have an effect. So this has a strong effect on muscle action. So it's good for childbirth. Mother and child often have the Mars on one aspecting the Jupiter of the other. Interesting. You see it? And the Pluto there in Scorpio with the descending node right on top of it. Yeah. This would actually be pushing her towards a possible miscarriage. I mean, if her body's strong, then it should be okay. But Mars on Jupiter, while just announcing being pregnant, that would really worry me, actually. If she's in shape, could be good. Like if she's, oh, she was criticized. Yeah. I guess this could be a lighter form. Yeah, criticize the community, criticizing her expansion. Yeah. I mean, Saturn's conjunct her moon. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Any other quick ones you want to look at? And then if not, then I'm going to go eat the made dinner for me. Isn't the
specifically crafted to be gluten free?
Isn't the father Usha? Oh, you guys are talking about Caroline. This is Usha. Usha's with JD. He's, I don't know how old he is. Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can look at Caroline too, but I didn't see anything with hers, but we can look. Hold on.
Garbage cans have to go out tonight.
Yeah, this is Usha. Is the energy that the war of Mars would kill the it does for some people.
Mickey, are you okay? Do you feel okay?
Do you think her specific expansion of the energy that we're watching, do you think Mars is harsh against it or giving it life? But either way, there's a lot of energy there in it. Oh, it's no problem. They thought she was the person she was. Right? If she was, they're going to blame it on that, and that doesn't matter, guys. I didn't know I was pregnant when I was pregnant at one point. It doesn't. It does, but it doesn't. There's other things in control here. So. Yeah, I don't want to say it usually, but sometimes I'll just say it. I don't know. I'm feeling out YouTube here. No, it's okay. Yeah. Oh, you thought I was on Levitt too? No, I was on Usha. Levitt, I didn't see anything. Yeah, I don't know how old. I thought they were more my age. I thought they were in 30s, but Where's Caroline Levitt? But that was Usha's transit, so she could possibly have lost it or is about to. She also has it. Hers is retrograde, so there's already a difference. I don't know. Could be giving energy to expand as opposed to something else. Yeah, so the energy is going in a different way here, so that's not going to be the same. Yeah, but I thought she was, I don't remember, but I thought she was done having kids too. I didn't know and really think about it, but yeah, I mean, just this with the moon and the fact of her Saturn conjunct the moon like that. I just, with a 25-degree Scorpio moon. It's like you're going to be infamous for learning the discipline of your philosophy, your imperialistic philosophy. Yeah. But so this isn't retrograde, so the energy is not confined and it's not redirected. So let's check. Let me check for this specific thing that happens. You think, guys? Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go because
I got the total. Changing. Okay. I thought
you guys get to see my life on such a intense level. Where is this? A psychic did cards on Usha and said she wasn't. Oh. And Eric Kirk is. It's almost like did the energy of this being was like, no, I wanted to come through the other woman. She's Christian. That would be one hell of a news story, wouldn't it? Blame it on Neptune. I'd be like, it's Neptune and Aries did it. Yeah. To find it, this book is huge. This medical encyclopedia, medical astrology encyclopedia. Just give me a minute. And I'm dyslexic, so it takes me a second longer than normal people.
What did you put out there?
It's like hidden. I have to find these aspects. I'm sorry, I'm too interested now.
I know. That's why I don't want to be
Okay. Women misfortune. They're not gonna freeze to death. doing your chore.
Wait, why is cycling?
Miss Carrot. Oh, there it is. Okay. Often caused when several of the moon's liberations do not return to and cross the central line of impulse in the monthly period during gestation. That's not an actual aspect though, and that would be in their chart, which that means I would have to formulate the possible person's chart. I'm just gonna go by with what I feel and see here because I think that this would cause, especially if their foundation isn't in a humanitarian, like it's like their energy is fighting the future. So it's going to open the door for the universe fighting their future. You see what I'm saying? So what you do macroly does filter microly into the micro world. So I guess we'll see what this does. But I'm going to get going because they're all so loud and being crazy. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I will definitely see you at 11 a.m. on Patreon for astrology help. Bring stuff with your Neptune. We'll talk about it. And we'll do more charts prior, hopefully. I plan on doing more charts, but the kids will be home because we have another show day. So we'll see what I can get done. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll look at more vertex points. I'm totally in it right now. I'm totally studying vertex. I like it. It's fun. Fun for me. Probably not other people. Vertex points aren't normally fun for us, but it's good to see it. It's good to see the examples. But all right, guys, I hope you have a good evening with your family. I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.